All right. Good morning, everyone. I am Jane Slater with the NFL Network, and it's an honor to be here today to help kick off this incredible tradition. We're here in Frisco at the Ford Center with the 101st East-West Shrine Bowl. It's going to take place this year, and I'm so excited. As the oldest college all-star game, this bowl not only shines a spotlight on the next generation of NFL hopefuls, but also shares the inspiring stories of Shriners Children's patients on a national stage, truly changing lives through the game of football. Before we get started, we'd like to take a moment to look back at the incredible history of this game and the impact it has had for Shriners Children's. It's been more than a century of football, hope, and healing.
In a game where gridiron dreams collide and legends are born, there exists a special mission that transcends the boundaries of the field. As these players suit up for the annual East-West Shrine Bowl, they know that they'll carry forward a legacy that reaches far beyond the end zones and highlight reels. This game has been dedicated to the children and families of Shriners Children's, a healthcare system that has no limits to the care it provides. Specialized care for orthopedic conditions, burn injuries, spinal cord injuries and other spine disorders, rehabilitation, sports injuries, and craniofacial conditions. This life-changing care is provided regardless of a family's ability to pay or insurance status.
It's a great opportunity and something that as a person you benefit from it because you know you're helping someone else, plus you're also getting great exposure from the pro scouts and you're going to get a chance to play against the greatest college football players there are.
So for every touchdown and every game-changing play, the real victory lies in the hearts of the children and families who benefit from the East-West Shrine Bowl's true purpose. Through the partnership with Shriners Children's, the NFL, and the NFL Players Association, these young men become more than gridiron warriors. They become heroes for children facing unimaginable challenges.
What the Shriners do is important because when you have a day off and you have time to give back, these are the types of groups that lay down the blueprint for what God should do.
It means everything to me. Meeting all these players, it's not every day that you get to be a part of something so big like this.
As these teams take the field, remember that the real victory extends far beyond the final score. It's a victory for every child whose spirit is lifted, for every family finding hope, and for a mission that unites all of us. The East-West Shrine Bowl, where tradition, competition, and hope converge, forging a legacy that transcends the game itself.
It's always so moving to see how this game continues to make a difference both on and off the field. I've had the pleasure of being a part of this for 2 years, and to see some of these kids so impacted by the work that you guys do, but also this opportunity for them to meet incredible athletes. In some cases, like little Bill with the Commanders this year, who was a 0-star recruit and having such an impact, it was so cool. And when you're going to get to meet this guy, Dallas, awesome story this guy has. All right, we're pleased to have with us today Matt Sturlickson, a member of the board of directors of Shriners Children's, Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys owner, president, and general manager, Daryl Johnston, a former Dallas Cowboys fullback and 1989 East-West Shrine Bowl alum, and Dallas, a 16-year-old patient ambassador from Shriners Children's. We are also very excited today to announce that the 101st East-West Shrine Bowl is scheduled to kick off on Tuesday, January 27th at 6 p.m., so mark your calendars. It'll be right here at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, and the game will be nationally televised in primetime on NFL Network. This event is a great opportunity to highlight the incredible work of Shriners Children's as some of the best in college football come together here in Frisco for this legendary all-star event. They are representing the amazing patients at Shriners Children's, and it's inspiring to see the impact it has had on their lives. It is now my privilege to introduce Mr. Matt Sturlickson, chairman of the East-West Shrine Bowl and member of the board of Shriners Children's Hospital, coming all the way from North Dakota, where it was chilly, he said this week, 30 degrees. Sounds lovely.
All right. Good morning. Shriners know that one. It is truly an honor to welcome everyone here today to kick off this year's East-West Shrine Bowl. And on behalf of the Board of Directors of Shriners Children's, I want to sincerely thank you all for being here to support this incredible event. Since its founding, Shriners Children's has been proud to provide pediatric specialty care both here in North Texas and for children around the world. Events like this give us a unique opportunity to showcase some of the best in college football while sharing inspiring stories of our patients. These stories remind us of the challenges our patients face every single day and how, with the support of their families and our care teams, they're able to overcome obstacles and live their very best lives. You'll hear from one of those courageous patients here shortly, but for now, it is my pleasure to welcome someone whose leadership and partnership have long supported growth of this game and the community. Please welcome the Dallas Cowboys owner, president, and general manager, Mr. Jerry Jones.
Good morning, and let me start off by saying the finest, not all of the finest, but some of the finest men I've ever known are Shriners. My father, I grew up respecting what Shriners mean in our community. You can't live in that environment but what understanding the work that the Shriners really have done to help the unfortunate, and especially they being young, our children. And I want to say to this group, and maybe by saying it to this group, I'm saying it to everybody. On behalf of this entire nation, I appreciate the Shriners organization for what you're about. Consequently, it comes with a really sense of pride and purpose to think that we're going to be able to host the East-West Shrine game right here in Dallas, in Texas, and as a part of what we do here with the Star, with the Dallas Cowboys. In any way that our visibility, in any way the NFL's visibility, the interest in football, in any way that could help us shine a light on the great work that Shriners are about and all of the literally thousands and thousands of families that you've given a breath of light to. I want to thank you, and we want to do that job there. Sports is a unique opportunity. The Shriners have known that a long time. This East-West Shrine game, over 100 years, has had some of the greatest representation for sportsmanship, and what football is about. But football is about tradition in much of its definition. It certainly is about competition. And that's what you make possible. You make an opportunity to showcase young players in this country's talent through the great all-star game that is a part of tradition. Some of the greatest names that you could mention in the vernacular of college or NFL have played in that Shriners game. I grew up myself dying and dreaming about possibly running on the field out there sometime in my own way, along with millions of others. It's a privilege for our organization to be able to be a touch point for this game and this presentation. And we want to do it right. We want to do it as right as if we were hosting the Super Bowl out here, for all the beautiful and hard work that you do for America and many of the families that need your help more than anything. One of the biggest things that we have as an organization, the Cowboys, is the pride we have in the players, especially the ones that have played in the East-West Shrine game. So that I'm going to ask one of my favorite of all time to come up, because he is not a graduate, but he is a participant and came to us by playing in the East-West Shrine game. I had the opportunity to induct or introduce Emmitt Smith when he went in the NFL Hall of Fame. And when he asked me, he really was very candid. He's very open. Emmitt is very honest. And he said, I was torn because I know your identity with the organization. But the guy that ought to be introducing me is Daryl Johnston. Daryl Johnston is the guy that opened those holes up. Daryl Johnston was the guy that set the record almost for a running back not to be touched by the defense for so many yards into it. The guy that led the way and blew the holes open and had such a unique skill of blocking the threat to the runner. Not necessarily who was drawn up to be there, but the one that had the most likely chance, because they don't always go where you draw them up on the paper. Daryl had a unique knack for stepping up in there and making that happen. Technically, I was a part of the competition committee in the NFL at that time. We made a new Pro Bowl position for Daryl Johnston. It's called Pro Bowl, Pro Football Player Fullback. Prior to that time, we did not have. We just called it back. But then we named it the fullback. So it's with a lot of pride today that I not only am here on behalf of us getting to really be a part of this presentation to America about what good parts of football and the good parts of what it means to be a Shriner and all the great work you've done. But I do want to have Daryl come up here because it is such a good touch point for the Cowboys to know that Daryl played in this game. So, Moose, I've never called him Moose. It's always been Daryl. All right. Well, we're real proud of you. And Daryl, say something. He also has honored us the whole step of the way and honors the Shrine Bowl by the game by what he has meant to football. He's a man of football. We all enjoy his presentations. But what you don't know is the executive that he is, and the executive that he is for the game, and is the real mind behind the league that we do in the spring, as it is right now. So Daryl has made everybody associated with him proud, and I know the Shrine Bowl feels the very same way. Thank you, Daryl.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jones. I am honored to be inducted into the Shriners Hall of Fame, especially by Jerry Jones bringing me up and recognizing me. It was one of those games that you always knew about as a young boy growing up, and then when you went on your journey to college football, exactly as Jerry said, it was one of the games that you hoped to be invited to play in. My experience there was really kind of the entry point into what the game of football was going to mean for me moving forward in my life. I think there was a lot of people at the professional level that wanted to see if I could do some of the things that I would be asked to do in professional football that maybe weren't things I was doing on a regular basis at Syracuse University. We ran an option-based offense, so there was a lot of questions about my ability to block a blitzing linebacker, blocking inside on the interior, and the Shrine game gave me a platform to use to my advantage to go against some of the best players in the country and demonstrate those skills. I met Marcus Paul traveled with me. He was my co-captain at Syracuse University, a gentleman who left us far too soon. And some of my fondest memories are really getting to know Marcus Paul on a different level on our journey out to Stanford and to play in that game together. I met Tony Tolbert and Mark Stepnowski, two more future teammates that came to the Dallas Cowboys in that 1989 draft. Were a part of the Shrine Bowl rosters that day, and that was kind of the introductory into to what the next phase of my life was going to be, and that was going to be to become a part of the Dallas Cowboys. And I will always be grateful to the Jones family, to Jimmy Johnson for having the faith in me to bring me in. We talk about football families, and sometimes it becomes cliche. But for me, it has always been extremely meaningful. And I had a tremendous football family at Syracuse University, where I had coaches that made an impact on me from the age of 18 to 24. Dick McPherson, my head coach, Jim Hoffer, my running back coach, created that passion for the game. And I think it's a passion that the Shriners organization has done a great job of recognizing and getting together with the game of football to be able to grow your platform and to bring interest into different areas. When we got out to the game and we got engaged with the opportunities to work in the community, I think that that's kind of the first time that you thought about doing that. And you saw Nate Burleson talk about it on the video. You don't realize the impact that you can have on somebody with just a visit and a conversation. And I think that that was the first time for me to recognize that you're going to have a platform moving forward. And to walk away from that game and having seen how it was done by the Shriners organization with the Shriners Children's Group, and then always have that in the back of your mind, and then to get here and see Troy Aikman and how he used his platform to do things well and to bring recognition into the community with causes that he cared about. That became the model that our group started to use as players. So it was kind of my first foray into not just being a football player, but understanding that the game has blessed you in a number of different ways. And now it's time for you to repay back not just the game, but the communities that support the game. And your group has done a tremendous job. And I'm very familiar with it from the Shriners back where I grew up. My wife, Diane, her grandfather was a Shriner in Philadelphia. So it's an organization that is known nationwide. And obviously a game that is known nationwide. And I'll always be grateful to probably John Wooten, who was the one who recognized me, out there in California as one of the people in the personnel department with the Cowboys that said, you know what, he can block a blitzing linebacker, and you know what, he can block inside. He's more than just an option fullback, and gave me the opportunity to become a Dallas Cowboy, which has been, if not the most impactful thing, when you talk about your professional career, it has to be at the top of the list. It has been something that has opened so many doors for me, and I'll be forever grateful to the organization for giving me that opportunity. I'm going to be 60 years old in February. That will mark 52 years of football in my life. I started playing football when I was 8 years old. It was my first year of organized football. So I'm over 50 years with this game. I love it. I love the relationships that are established through it, whether that's through teammates and people that you work with to try and win a championship, or organizations such as the Shriners that recognize the passion that this country has for the game of football and the quality of the people that play the game, how good those young men are, and how they want to give back and have an impact on their community as well. I think it's a perfect match, and we're going to get an opportunity now to hear from one of those young men. Is just an amazing story, just having a few minutes to sit down and meet with him. Dallas's journey has been one that involves a passion for the game of football, but how is he going to do that? And he's going to share that with you because he had a huge obstacle to overcome, one that I don't know if I would have been able to do that. I don't know if at some point my passion would have been broken, but his is not. And I'd like to welcome Dallas up to tell you his story about his love for the game of football.
Good morning, everyone. I got to get this right. I've been having rehearsal all week. I want to start off by saying thank you, God, for allowing me to come and have a beautiful opportunity to be here with all of you today and to share a little about my journey with Shriners Children. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Mr. Jones. This is a huge opportunity, and I want to thank everyone here today. I am honored to be a part of this event and to share a little about my journey with Shriners Children. I was born missing the tibia bone in my left leg, a condition that also affected the development of my foot at the age of 3. I had my first amputation to prepare my leg for a prosthetic device. I grew up loving sports, but as I grew up, my leg became less stable, and I was unable to keep up by my freshman year of high school. Sorry. Upon visiting Shriners Children in Shreveport, my family met with Dr. Kenneth Powell. I love Dr. Kenneth Powell. Dr. Kenneth Powell is the only doctor that spent 45 minutes in a room with me and my mother to discuss options about my next step forward on how to make me be better. He helped me discussed the options to reach my full potential. Following the amputation, the results were almost immediate. I ran at full speed for the first time at 14 years old. Do you guys hear that? I ran at full speed. I ran at full speed for the first time at 14 years old, and I haven't stopped running since. I began working on my strength and agility, and soon after, I joined the football team at West Bolivar High School as a varsity linebacker with 10 sacks. Jerry Jones, I'm coming. I returned this fall and continue to pursue my love of football. Being a patient ambassador is very special to me. It gives me the opportunity to meet incredible people like you all, to share my story with incredible people like myself who are facing challenges as harder as me and as difficult as me. Thank you, Mr. Johnston, and thank you, Mr. Jones, once again. And thank you, everybody that's here. I want to thank Shriners for allowing me to have this opportunity. I want to thank Shriners for allowing me to have this opportunity to share my story with the world. Go Cowboys.
Jerry, I told you were going to love him. What do you think? All right. Now, you left out the best part. You know, I asked you, you said when you're lining up against offenses, what do the guys normally say to you?
What they say? You're not gonna. I don't want to do it to you. Well, I can always tell them I'm gonna do it to you before you do it to me.
I love his spirit. All right. Well, thank you, Dallas, for sharing your story. Like, as Daryl said, just a few minutes with you, you light up the room, and that's really been my impression of dealing with so many of the patients that are a part of this game. I mean, we get so excited seeing the names that come through the East-West Shrine game, but the highlights for me every year are meeting guys like you and girls like you. There are some amazing kids that come through Shriners. All right, we're proud to support this event that not only highlights the next generation of NFL talent, but also shines a spotlight on the incredible work of Shriners Children's and the patients they serve. On behalf of everyone, thank you to Daryl. I love how much this game means to you, how much your induction meant to you. And Jerry, you're always so passionate about the game of football and what it gives back to everyone, including yourself. We are looking forward to the 101st East-West Shrine Bowl on Tuesday, January 27, 2026 at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. The game will be nationally televised in primetime on the NFL Network, and we hope you will join us in cheering on the players and celebrating the mission of Shriners Children's. Thank you guys, all of you, for coming today.